Hello, my name is Annika Eriksson, and I am a string specialist here at Schmitt Music.
Hi, my name's Dave Strong, and I'm a saxophone and clarinet specialist here at Schmitt Music.
Hey there, I'm Keith Hilson, a brass specialist at Schmitt Music.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rachel Haug Root, a flute specialist at Schmitt Music. Today, the team is here to talk to you about our selection event. So this has been going on for a few weeks now, and we just want to give an update on what you can expect.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can tell that we're not all in the same space here. So, of course, we know we've got a lot of care being put into place right now, making sure that we're keeping everybody safe. And how we're doing our selection event this year is a part of that effort.
Absolutely. So normally what we do is we have a big one-day event. We pack the store full of people. Everybody's trying instruments. It's a lot of fun, but obviously in 2020, that's a really bad idea, and your safety and your well-being and our employees' safety is our number one concern, and it has to be. So that being said, we still want to be able to have a selection event, and we've talked about this in a previous video, but we're doing a bunch of stuff to stretch it out over a few months here, to keep it distanced, to keep a limited amount of customers in the store at any time, but to still give you that experience of getting to try a couple instruments, getting to go through a selection, getting advice from these experts that you see on the screen and more, and finding the instrument that's the right instrument for you. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about what that looks like now. Anybody want to start?
Sure. So I guess the first place to start is you can sign up for an appointment time at schmittmusic.com/selection. So if you go there, you can select the location nearest you. That's most convenient for that appointment. Now, normally these would all take place at our Brooklyn Center location, but again, we're trying to limit the number of people in any given space. So this is more convenient for you and also safer. I think you'll hear from all of us, safety is our number one concern this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And the really, really great thing is that, again, these are available in all 13 of our locations. So you can pick the store that's closest to you. You can find your specific time for your instrument. We are limiting how many appointments we have in every store. And we're going to make sure that we have instruments specifically set aside for you and your appointment, and a time to work with one of our specialists to talk about the instruments and how you might be able to go through and try the instruments and figure out what the best fit is for you.
Yeah, we're kind of using the 1, 2, 3 formula here. You'll have one consultation with one of the specialists. You'll be able to take 2 instruments out on trial at a time, and you'll be able to have them for 3 days. And in some ways, that's even better than coming into the store and getting to try something for an hour. You get to really get to know the instruments and get to see what's a good fit. And if neither of them are a great fit, we'll continue the process and we'll keep getting you instruments until we find the instrument that is the best fit for you. But let's talk a little bit about the other part of safety that Rachel mentioned is what we do on our end. And we want to keep the instruments safe. We want to keep you safe. And so we have some ways that we have quarantine periods and we have to keep things clean. I think the best way to do this might be to go through each shop and talk about what we're doing, because every instrument's a little different. You know, some of them we put in our mouth, some of them, the strings where it's just sitting on your shoulder. But Annika, what are you doing with the string customers to keep the instruments safe and keep our customers safe?
Yeah, well, for strings, you'll be able to work with one of the specialists, and you'll get to try out a few different instruments in the store, because that's a little bit different than a wind instrument. You will be able to actually try some of them out. And then you'll also get to take 2 home as well to really get to know how the tone sounds in a more private setting and really fall in love with the instrument that you pick. We will quarantine the instruments that you do try in the store, so that'll be ready to go for the next customer.
Nice. Keith, what are you doing with the brass stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the brass instruments, we are doing a minimum 5-day quarantine period. After that quarantine period is up, for all of our new instruments where we can safely use isopropyl alcohol, we are cleaning the instruments inside and out with the isopropyl alcohol. Throughout the entire process, we are using proper PEE gloves, masks, making sure that everything we're eliminating any possible hint of a COVID before it's coming back available for our next customers.
Great. Rachel, what about flutes?
Yeah, flutes are really similar to what Keith just described. So for flutes, we also have a minimum 5-day quarantine. For piccolos that are wooden, those are at least 7 days, just because that material is a little bit different. But then for flutes, they are disinfected with isopropyl alcohol inside and out. And same as what Keith said, we're wearing gloves whenever we're cleaning those instruments. We're masked the entire time. And we're making sure that they don't come back into rotation until they have gone through that full quarantine period.
Yeah, and I'll mirror what Keith and Rachel said. We can't play the instruments in the store, but you'll take them home. We're cleaning inside and out with isopropyl alcohol for the saxophones, and then they quarantine for 5 days with clarinets because wooden instruments and alcohol, it's not a great mix. We're extending that quarantine period to 7 days. We're still cleaning them out, but we're giving it a little longer to be extra safe, going past that 5 days and doing a full 7, just to make sure that when it gets into the next customer's hands, that we're pretty worry-free that there's going to be any issues with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think we want to stress as a part of this process too, because it is important that we are helping you to find the perfect fit for you or for your student. The process Dave talked about, the 1, 2, 3, the one appointment, going through and taking a couple instruments on a trial, spending 3 days with them. This is really a starting point as well. Hopefully, after being able to do that consultation, we've already got a really great idea what the right fit is. But as you go through, if you've got questions, your student has questions, their teachers, other folks you work with have questions about these, well, great, we can help with that. We're very, very lucky. We have a wide selection of instruments available. We're very lucky we worked with, all of the major wind manufacturers. We have, a large number of string manufacturers that we work with and, string workshops and luthiers. And so we're going to be able to help you find the exact right instrument. And if it takes a 2, 3, different trials to do that, that is just fine. The most important thing is finding what's right for you, for your student.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point. It's a limited trial. Normally we would do for flutes a 7-day trial, but we're trying to be aware of everyone else who wants to try the instrument. So we're limiting that trial period just to make sure that we have enough instruments to go around for everyone and that they go through quarantine and all of that. But we still want you to be able to play them for your teacher.
Yes.
I think that's really important. A lot of us are teachers, and I know we would feel really weird if our students didn't play an instrument that they were trying out for us. So we want to be flexible and allow that to still happen because it is a valuable part of the trial experience. Now, something else that I've done just due to our circumstances and different health issues, I've actually had consultations through Zoom, so in this format before, where either I'm in the flute gallery showing instruments to someone, or someone is trying at another store and they ask me to conference in. So that's also an option. You're going to have a specialist to work with no matter what, and we're here to be as flexible as possible to make sure you find the instrument that fits you.
So remember to sign up for an appointment. It's schmittmusic.com/selection, and that'll take you to where you can sign up for an appointment, and it'll have links to reach out to us if you have any questions or need anything. Otherwise, we really hope to see you in the store and hope to help you find your next instrument. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.